thermal sound wave.
It's thermal sound waves, the natural alternative to fast food radio. We here, C.Truth, Kev Lawrence.
Yep.
This is a part of the program, the segment where we bring in some peoples, some guests to join us to talk about, various different things. And today we have a brother that's going to join us to talk about grooming and style and things like that, among other things. He goes by the name Jomo. Powerful name.
The inside, the guy with the inside information.
The inside man. For real.
Pause for everybody out there.
Pleasure, my brother.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. We woke up today. Just blessed.
Definitely. Now, we've been knowing each other for a long time, and to a certain extent, I thought he was actually my cousin. realistically, but you have skills as a barber, but you're not just a barber. I've just noticed you're like the guy for like regular people like myself and celebrities that they call upon to go ahead and get them right for music videos, movies, and all that type of stuff. As far as their haircuts, because they gotta have that crisp hairline and all. So explain to the people exactly in your words what you do and who you are.
So basically, I've been a on-the-go barber for the past 20 years. I started working at J Records.
J Records. They were the first ones that had Alicia Keys.
Yeah, among
Clive
others.
Davis. Yeah.
So when I got there, there was Alicia, it was Monica, it was Cassidy, it was Busta Rhymes, RhymeFest, and he was the first.
Chicago.
RhymeFest was the first artist. Yeah, he was the first artist I cut when I started working there.
Shout out to Chicago.
Yeah, shout out.
So with you, go ahead.
So he was I got the learning process in those few clients and first few people that I started cutting at that label, and how I should just go about my business after that. You know what I mean? So he was the first person I charged a company and sent the invoice for a check or whatever. You know what I mean? It was that kind of process.
Now, what's the difference and how was it for you when you charged an invoice instead of saying, all right, that's $15? How was that for you, and what did you have to do to change your mindset for that?
It was surreal because, at the time, to charge somebody $250 for a haircut, that was different. So it was just, in the process of going through all that, it just started really feeling like a business, and a step up from whatever it was that I was doing in the barbershop.
And from there, when you did that and you realized, okay, it's a step up from the barbershop, did you just say, I gotta really literally pack my bags and go? How was that change for you? Because at the barbershop, you do your time, whether it's 10 to 7 or whatever like that. But with that, how was that for you? Did you literally have to pack your bags and get on flights with people and stuff, or meet people at the record labels or such like that?
It was a process of a transition that I made, that I consciously made for myself, because I had just started working there. I was still working in a barbershop when I started cutting hair at J Records. And so when I started going back and forth to J Records to cut hair, I was still going back uptown to the barbershop to cut people's hair as well. But then it came to a point where downtown was paying for my rent uptown. And so I had to try to and then that was a balance that I had to try and keep. So then one day I just said, let me figure this out. So I took 2 weeks off of work, and I told the owner, like, I want to take a little vacation. And during that 2 weeks, I just kept going downtown and cutting hair. And I made more in that 2 weeks. I made more money doing that than me working in the barbershop for 3 years.
Wow. Whoa.
So when I went back to the barbershop, I said, I told the owner, like, I gave him like a 2-week notice. And he said, man,
he laughed
you
at
don't
you.
have to do that. He said, this is a barbershop, man. You don't have to do that. And but he
Still
respected the
professional.
fact that, he respected the fact that I wanted to do it that way. So I just stayed for a week, and then after that, I never looked back.
Now, the process of it, like, did you, when you started 20 years ago, did you stumble upon it? Did somebody say, hey, here go my homie, come over here, or was it like, damn, the barbershop is closed? Do we got anybody around? Oh, I just happen to have my clippers in my back pockets. How was it for you?
So it was sort of like nepotism. So
And
I
some
have a
nepotism
cousin.
can be good.
Yes, definitely. But it's how you utilize that nepotism.
Correct.
And so it was a cousin that I have in California that I always, whenever I went to, because when I first came to this country, I lived in California first for like 3 years, and most of my family lives in Los Angeles. So
And the country you come from?
Belize.
Please Belize it. Yes.
Belize. And
Shout out the Belizeans, all the Belizeans out there.
A lot of Belize in LA. Yeah.
Yeah. Most Belizeans live in California. That's why so much Bloods and Crips in Belize.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the deportees take that with them back down here.
Yeah.
So, but that's why, but most of us, when we come to this country, we all live in LA because there's a big Belizean community over there. So, but I have a cousin that, like, his sister was married to the VP of J Records, and at the time, like, he was the guy that came over to the East Coast, and was that guy to build the East Coast department for J Records.
Wow.
So one day, my cousin came to visit for the first time in New York, and when I went to go visit him, he was staying at his condo on Central Park South, and so I went down there to go visit him, just to meet him. And when I went down there, he said, well, long story short, when I was leaving, my cousin told me to give him a card. And he said, the whole time you were sitting here, you ain't tell me you was a barber? And I didn't think it was important. And then he said, man, come down to my office and cut my hair. So I went down to the office. Then I went. Like, it was the weirdest thing ever, because like I was never seen a record label before. So, and it was weird because it was like just music blasting and everybody dressed regular, but it was just like a corporate setting though. Like,
Yeah.
but and to see black people working there, and I didn't even know who he was at the time neither. Like, I met him, but I didn't like know how powerful he was. And so then when I sat down, went in there, I went and cut his hair in his office. And then after I finished cutting his hair, he gave me like a how-to on how I should go about charging people in the business. And
Right. You have to have probably like a price scale or know how to.
Yeah, because I didn't know how to charge people.
right.
So after I finished cutting his hair, he sat me down and he said, so what are you going to charge me? And I'm like, I don't know. What should I charge? I'm asking you. So he looks at me and then he says, well, how much is it for a haircut in a barbershop? And, at the time it was $15. And then he was like, all right. and then he writes on a piece of like a loose leaf piece of paper, and then lifts it up, and he always made little jokes when he did stuff. So he wrote like a little number 30 on a big piece of paper, and I'm like, $30? And he was like, yeah. See, look at that. You're looking at the little 30. You're not looking at the big picture. So then he just broke it down to me on how I need to play a game of chess and how I charge people. So then he said, look, you just charged me $30 for a haircut. You just doubled your price on how you make your money just now for a haircut. Now, then you're gonna come back at the end of the week and give me another haircut, and I'm gonna pay you another $30. So then he walked outside and then pointed to his assistant. Then he's like, look, see him right there? That dude makes like a teacher's salary, but eventually he's gonna blow up and he's gonna grow in his business or whatever. But right now he's making a teacher's salary. So if you charge him $30 right now, he's going to just pay you $30. So he's going to appreciate the fact that you came to the office and charged him $30 for that haircut. He's not going to be able to tip you, but he's appreciative and he's going to give you the $30 happily. Now, with me, I'm going to give you $30 for this haircut. Then you're going to come back later on during this weekend and make another $30. So you're going to make $60 for the week from me. And then he says, but if you go around the corner, which is the A&R department, they make 6 figures. So he's like, well, if you go around the corner and you go charge Trevor or Trevor Gerardo, he's like a big guy over at it's RCA now, but back then it was J Records. And so if you charge Trevor's going to charge you, look at that price and say, man, yeah, $60. Now you just made $60 off of charging $30. So that's your tip. Yes. So it was a way you had to just play the game and play chess and how you charge in the business. And he gave me a nice little advice right there and how I was able to just maneuver myself throughout the years and how I priced.
Then your name grows bigger, and then people actually got to pay even more money because now you're exclusive.
Yes, because and then after I finished cutting his hair, he, he was always, MF is his favorite word, so he was like, yeah, you have a new barber in town? And it was this thing, remember the Gong Show and that little, that thing that you hit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he hit that and said, and everybody jumped. And then when he did that, it made me know that he was the boss of that place, because it's like, he's, oh, we got a new MF barber in town. And, and that's when he just, he looked at everybody. But the gong that he hit was that, whenever they get an ad, a song added to a radio station, he will hit that gong. And then everybody would clap. Well, we got an ad today, and then everybody start clapping, and he hit the gong. But I guess it was a new thing with the barber coming now for that situation. So then he walked me around to all the other black executives and basically kicked their door up and said, yo, give him a card. I gave everybody a card, and and these were like big people, like I said, Trevor Gerardo. He signed Jasmine Sullivan, Tinashe, Busta, Cassidy. He had that whole full surface situation with Cassidy and
right.
Swizz Beats and everything over there, with that. And then I had met. So that's how I started cutting Swizz Beats, when I would go into his office and cut him.
So let me ask you this question. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I ended up cutting Swizz Beats for 6 years after that.
So it's pretty much safe to say, because you applied yourself and you was humble and you took the initiative to speak and let people know what you do, you end up becoming very, very successful. And I'm pretty sure that you got some other projects that I know you can't talk about right now that will be happening real soon because you were amongst those people. So
definitely.
you pretty much got a ear for music and other things too, and entertainment.
Yes, among other things.
And I'm gonna make sure we get you back here for that. But I really just wanted people to know how a person, when people look at barbers, they feel like, oh, he's just a barber. And I'm like, you don't know that person is a businessman or a businesswoman, and where they could take their business. So we definitely needed to have you on here just to speak about that.
Oh, definitely. Thank you.
And if people want a haircut from you, do they have to hit your assistant, or how do they got to go about that?
What's so crazy is like I've been like my own one man show. So like, I've booked, I've done everything myself. So
are you on social media?
Yeah, I'm on social media. At Jomo Cuts, JOMOCUTS. And so for the most part, if you want to, get me like that, I usually do it like that, and then I build from that, because it's like for the most part, there's a lot of people that I'm going to their place, because I'm still the same way. Like I'm still like mobile. I go to everybody, and depending on where it is, that's how I gauge how I charge.
Know the market.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, listen, we appreciate you coming through, taking some time out to talk about the game of exclusive celebrity barbering, and that whole world. Make sure you'll get at him, on Instagram and all that, man. And we'll definitely be looking out for you in the future on some things.
Oh, definitely.
Proud of you, Jomo.
Get that fresh cut.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
All right, appreciate you.
It's Thermal Sound Waves, a natural alternative to fast food radio. We here, C.Truth, Kev Lawrence.
Thermal Sound Wave.